Later on, you have Tom Jones in.
I'm really happy about that.
Very excited about Tom Jones.
This song makes me so happy.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. I'm a man. I know you are.
Of course. And what a man.
I heard things about him.
He's packing?
What'd you hear?
I heard that he's packing.
Well, of course. That's kind of been the thing that's been going on for years. Yeah, because when he performs live, he wears tight trousers.
Down there, all the way to his...
He wears tight trousers, and you could see things, and then you go... Because I had just seen Tom Jones probably a couple of years ago, at most, in Atlantic City. And you do look and go, that can't possibly be that. Because it's just down. I was thinking perhaps a roll of Krugerrands were in his pocket or something. Just he travels with a big roll of Krugerrands. But no, it's all Tom. Apparently.
Wow.
That's why the girls get all sexed up. Sex bomb. They get all sexed up and throw their panties at him and bras and, he apparently, all ages, too. There were teen girls there, and then there were old bags.
Really?
They're all throwing, everything from thongs to big bloomer panties. And then he wipes his head with them. He sweats like a pig. Wipes his head with him and throws him back into the crowd.
You can always tell what kind of woman is throwing her thing at him if he wipes his head and he looks like an Indian woman at the end. Yeah. Like, oh boy, she's probably cranky this week.
Yeah, that girl had Mexican. Oh, yeah. Tom Jones. It's the Opie and Anthony show, and sitting here, none other, Tom Jones.
Right.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Got a new album out?
Yes.
God damn, you're still cranking.
Yeah.
I
do it.
mean, not even like one of these guys, because there are people out there that are, hanging on by the skin of their teeth to a career and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I saw you recently in Atlantic City, right. And just kicking ass. And the fans, what got me was their kids going to see you. Yep. And then, some of the old broads, they're still digging on you there, Tom.
Yep.
But it's amazing the audience that goes to see you. And the show you put on, phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, you would think, not that I'm not saying, hey, why don't you settle down or something like that, but you would think that you might lighten up after the years.
Yeah.
You're still all over that stage. You got the set of pipes on you is still amazing.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
And if I could keep just kissing that ass,
well, why not?
I'll keep doing it. But
I had an advanced copy of this CD. Some people would probably call it an illegal bootleg copy. And I was raving about it. I mean, it really was fucking great. I mean, it was energy. It was that's the song, I'm Alive. And I was running around just yelling, I'm a man! Not quite as well as you did it, but it was just fucking great.
Yeah, I myself never heard of you. No,
of course.
My father, when I was like 11 years old, and this had to be 40 years ago, came home with an album signed by Tom Jones and said he played cards with you. But his last name is Voss, but I think he was lying.
Hold on.
What's his last name?
Joe Voss.
Joe Voss. I know Joe Voss.
Get out. That's my father. You don't
really?
know. Yes.
Yeah, I remember Joe Voss.
He played cards with you, and he came home with an album.
Yeah, we used to hang out.
Get out of here. He was telling the truth?
Yeah, in the Copa and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is actually, I'm shocked.
It's Joe Voss, yes, my dad.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Or you really remember Joe Voss?
No, I know Joe Voss.
Oh, my God. He's the guy that would come in and complain how stupid his kid was.
Hi, man, must have made quite an impression.
I haven't seen him for a long time, but we used to hang out.
Yeah.
Does he owe you money?
No.
No, well, he never used to carry any money. I remember that.
I'll chip off the old block.
I tell you, it was a funny thing. He came, because I knew him from New York, and then he came over to England. I was playing the Palladium in London, and he showed up. Yeah. And he said, I'd like to invite you to a party tonight. I said, oh, really? Because he was... we were always inviting him. So, it was in the Ritz. He had a suite in the Ritz. We went over and had a big slap-up meal, champagne. I couldn't believe it. And he paid for it.
I'm stunned.
Hold on. Either there's another Joe Voss
that's my dad.
who's big in the record industry, or you have one of those photographic memories. You have like a photographic memory?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, how would you remember?
That was 40 years ago.
Joe Voss from 40 years ago. Damn. Mm-hmm. Well, that's something, Rich. You got a claim to fame, finally.
It really hurts.
TV.
Your
Okay.
father hung out with Tom Jones.
And I like the fact that Tom still has no interest in talking to Rich. That makes me really happy.
Like, who cares?
All right,
What's he doing now, Joe?
Yeah, he works at a travel agency. Nothing, you know, he's married again,
Right.
third time, and he
boy.
lives in New York here.
Ah, good.
You know,
A real success story there.
Well,
Just like Tom.
Is it hard to pretend? I asked Tom. Is it hard to pretend like when the older chicks come up to you, that that they still have that you're interested? Is it? I mean, because you're legendary. Tom Jones is legendary for women. That's like your thing. Is that chicks throw their underwear at you?
Yeah.
Which is a great thing to be known for. And I guess you got to be nice to the older ones, but it's got to be kind of irritating.
No, they're good. They're good people. It's
The Cougars.
people, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to banging them.
Oh well. No.
What's the cutoff age? Do you have a cutoff age where it's like they got to show you ID, and if it's over this, you got to give them a boot?
Yeah, about 30, I would think.
Yeah, that's probably it, right?
30 still?
Yeah.
Younger than 30?
That's right.
Wow.
30. He's Tom Jones, for God's sake. What are you thinking? I saw, like I said, when I went and saw you in Atlantic City, there were these older women that came up, and they're throwing those big old bloomers at you and stuff. And then these real young girls came up with thongs.
That's right.
And they start throwing those, and they're singing and dancing to your songs, the newer songs, and your classic hits that everybody knows. And I'm just watching this, going, this guy has just got it down.
Well, there you go.
You figured out the formula.
A lot of practice.
Yeah. You hypnotize these girls. What has changed since touring in the older days and touring now for you?
Hey, it's the same. I'm just an older version of what I was then. My attitude is the same.
Yeah.
And I still like the same music. I think I've learned more about music. At one time because I was a teenager in the 50s, so rock and roll was a big thing with me. 50s rock and roll, and so I didn't really particularly like swing singers. I didn't like band singers. That was like before. But then as time went on, I learned to appreciate Frank Sinatra, for instance, and Tony Bennett and people like that, which in the 50s I thought were like passé, but...
Well, you were an Elvis fan, right? Like, you were a big Elvis guy.
Yeah. 50s rock, Jerry Lee Lewis, Fats Domino, Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, of course.
We had, because we had a prep sheet. They always give us a prep sheet, which on you, most of your stuff is so well known. But our crack team, this is what they said. He became friends with his idol, Elvis Presley, in 1965.
Right.
And stayed that way until his death in 1967.
60s.
1967?
Yeah.
Well, that's a short friendship, and... Boy, we sure missed out on a lot of Elvis there.
Yeah.
So he was your idol, or a guy you really looked up to, and you met him and hung out with him?
Yeah. And my first year in the business, 1965, when I came over to do some Ed Sullivan shows, and I met Elvis Presley in Hollywood. I was out there doing an Ed Sullivan show, because it's funny, at that time, it went color. It was black and white before that.
Right.
And then when they went to color, they had to do it in Los Angeles, because they didn't have the facilities in New York to go to color. So then I went out to LA and did some shows out there. And Elvis Presley was, I went to Paramount Studios to do a song for the movie, and they said, Elvis is here and he'd like to say hello, and I said, wow, Christ. Everything was like happening in that first year. It was mind-boggling.
What was the song that year that was the big song for you?
Well, my first hit was It's Not Unusual, and then I had What's New Pussycat, and then I had a ballad called With These Hands. So that was in 65. So when I met Elvis, he was walking towards me singing With These Hands. And I thought, Jesus Christ, here comes Elvis. It was like a dream, it wasn't real, but it was. And he said, how the hell do you sing like that? I said, well, you're partly to blame, listening to you. So
did you ever, with a guy like that, you're hanging out with your idol, and you're a guy who's known to, let's be honest, a lot of chicks. Did you ever get to we call it pulling a train? I've done it with him. Me and him on a girl. Normally what would happen is, because he's better looking, he would get the chicks, and then he would kind of guilt them into banging me as well, and it'd be like me and him waving at each other over a girl. And there had to be some of that with you on the road over all the years.
yeah,
it was very non-committal.
Like, now you could do grandmother, daughter, and granddaughter. You could do like
nobody wants the grandmother. You bang the mother and the daughter. You ever bang a mother and a daughter together at one point in your career?
I can't tell you that.
That's a yes. See, for me, ask me that question. Absolutely not. I've never done that. I've never done that.
So, and I can't tell you that is a yes.
That's an absolutely yes, and that's probably like in many different countries. He's probably banged them in England and here. What's the most chicks at a time? We're not only going to ask you about girls, but like Tom, I was so psyched that you're coming in because again, you're a guy. You are everything. Like you're the pinnacle of a rock star when it comes to that because they're throwing underwear at you.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I care about the gigs. Like the coolest gig was like back then was like the Copa and stuff, right?
Yeah, that was
that was the place
in New York. Yeah. When I first came over, I did a Dick Clark Caravan of Stars in the summer of '65. And that sort of turned me off a bit because we toured everywhere in a bus, all over America. And I didn't realize America was so big until I did that. So I went back to England with my tail between my legs a bit, because I thought this is not the way, it didn't seem like show business to me. But then I was playing a place in London called the Talk of the Town, which is a nightclub. And then my agent saw me and said, you need to be in the Copa and nightclubs like that. So... And then my TV show came out. So
yeah, what was the big I don't understand how back then did somebody just see you and decide, hey, wow, this guy's got a great set of pipes and he's got the sex appeal. Let's
yeah, at the beginning, my manager, the guy that became my manager, Gordon Mills, his name was, and he came to Wales, where I come from, and he was Welsh. He came to visit his mother, and he saw me in a club, and. He said, my God, your voice is incredible. And I said, well, thank you. And he said, if you ever come to London and you want some help, I'm your man. So then he called me up and he said, look, I've never managed anybody before, but I'd seen him on television. He was a singer himself. So I knew that he was in the business, so I grabbed hold of him with both hands and I thought, you're not getting away from me. So I could tell that he was the one that was going to do it. And then he wrote It's Not Unusual. And that was it. That was the beginning of it.
And you brought up the TV show. I remember, watching the Tom Jones show, the variety show.
Yeah, on ABC. Yeah.
How did that work for you? Now you're a club singer. You hit. And then they're throwing a TV show at you. Was that a rough thing for you to go, I've never done television?
Well, the only television I had done is guesting on
right,
shows.
Right. But now you're
never hosting.
Yeah,
before.
You're the guy.
Yeah. So I didn't know whether I could do it. So we did a special, first of all.
Because you were in sketches, right? They'd put you in the comedy sketches. And I remember watching that with my parents. Yeah, while they weren't yelling at each other.
Right. So
I wasn't crying.
It worked, and I liked it because I could do all kinds of songs. As when you go on TV and you guest, you do one song, maybe two.
Right.
So you got to. But then when you've got your own show, you can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you could be in the middle of something to just break into song. Whatever song you wanted.
The duets, I was always pushing for rock singers. So ABC Television wanted more middle of the road people.
Right.
But I was pushing for Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard, and Wilson Pickett, which I got on there.
Yeah.
And it was like a trade-off. I had to have Barbara Eden on as well. I Dream of Janie and stuff like that.
Kind of do the little sketches and stuff. Yeah. And what a trademark that opening was. It was the microphone. And the pinky ring.
And the ring. Yeah.
This is Tom Jones.
There you go.
And It's Not Unusual would start, and then you'd come out. But you didn't find that difficult to host? How involved were you in the actual production of that show?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah?
It was, I mean, I was nervous, as I say, when I did this the pilot, but so the more I did, the easier it became. And it became second nature to me then.
It was like a strange time back then because if you did hit in music, apparently they just gave you television shows. Glenn Campbell had one, and
Andy Williams was
was the one.
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin would have that. Do you find nowadays it is just more difficult to break in and get that popularity?
I think it's basically the same, as it was then. It's always youth orientated. Record companies are always looking for young bands and young singers.
It always seemed, though, that back then they would give, if somebody clicked, they really were just handed so much media. back then. They were all over the TV. They were doing guest spots on Laugh-In and having their own shows.
Right. Well, the reason I got my show, they told me, was that I could do all kinds of songs, which was, and I was like 28 years old then. So I filled a gap in there because it was either you got Andy Williams, singing sort of middle of the road stuff.
Right.
And then Glenn Campbell country, so they wanted somebody that could cover all of it, and which ended up to be me.
Were you ever censored on television for words or movements or?
Yeah, Ed Sullivan Show especially.
Really, what did they do?
Well, when I first came over in '65. And they said, you can't move like that.
Oh, Jesus.
On television. We'll cut the close-ups. They were telling
me... He was
me,
actually having sex with a girl on stage.
So they were telling me something that they told Elvis Presley 9 years before.
Wow.
Like nothing had really changed. And I remember I did it, and you had to do it. It was like almost like an audition. Even though, I was signed to do the show, you still had to do a rehearsal in a rehearsal hall.
Because they wanted to see.
And do it live, yeah. They wanted to hear exactly what you were going to do.
Wow.
And so I did an album track called What You Gonna Do. And the opening line is, you've been running around balling, right? Which means having a ball,
Right,
You've been running around balling, playing the clubs every night. And I said, balling? They said, what? You can't say balling on I said, well, it's... So I had to say wailing.
Oh, wow.
You should have changed it to fucking.
Well, there you go. And then when I had Delilah out, they said, well, we got to change something in Delilah. I said, well, if you're going to take out I felt a knife in my hand and she laughed no more, that's the reason he's killing this
That's the big payoff
but
there.
So he said, no, it's not that. It's at break of day when the man drove away, I was waiting. So they said, it was at break of day, and when the man drove away, that means he was with her all night. I said, well, yeah, that's why he kills her.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the fact that he stabbed
having
her with
breakfast.
a knife. Yeah, it was a sex thing. I mean, it was unbelievable.
He was like the most powerful man, though, Ed Sullivan. Was he a nice guy, or was he?
He was a nice guy, and he liked me, which was very useful. Because I did like 5 Ed Sullivan shows, So
I heard Ed hated Joe Voss. Is that true?
Well, he didn't because
he
never
paid a bill. The skinflint.
Exactly. Threw a party and he told everybody it was paid for.
Yeah.
Was probably still people looking for Tom for some money for that party back in 1968.
Was there anybody that like opened for you that became a big star?
Well, the Who.
The Who opened for you?
Yeah, they used to open my show in '65. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! How do you follow the Who?
Yeah.
Were they hard to go on? Because Black Sabbath, had Van Halen opening for them in like '78, and they said that it was really hard to go on after Van Halen had done what they did.
Right.
Did you have trouble after the Who, or didn't care?
No, not really.
Especially they're there to see Tom.
They used to do these package tours. You get all kinds of people, a mixture of rock and pop, and So, and everybody dug it, so it was fine.
Did you do any of the Motown scene, any of that stuff, like the tours with the Supremes or any of those people?
Yeah, when I did this Dick Clark Caravan of Stars tour, there was the Shirelles were on there, and a doo-wop group called the Jive 5. There was a lot of people that were around in those days, so they wanted to sign me on Motown once.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't find many artists that can talk about their experience with the Shirelles and Motown that are still putting out albums, still relevant, still drawing crowds, and still have the pipes, and you're willing to take chances that other people aren't. When you covered Kiss, the Prince song, people were like, "What the hell is he doing?" But it was a big hit.
Yeah. Well, when I did it with The Art of Noise, I think they thought, Vegas meets techno pop, And but then when they heard it, they realized that it was it was a serious record.
Yeah, because
it wasn't kitschy.
A lot of people thought it was going to be this kitschy kind of goof album. But man, you sang your balls off on it. It sounds fantastic, and it put you into another category. You then transcended where you had been, and were able to keep your career going, which you've done for years. Was that a calculated thing to keep your career going this long? Did you think when you started that you'd still be in the business and still be as...
I didn't know whether I would still be alive.
Really? Yeah.
But with doing Kiss, I liked the song, and I was doing it in my show live, not thinking about recording it. I just thought it would be a good song for the stage. And then the Art of Noise saw me do it on TV, and that's what I recorded with them. So I said, okay, let's give it a shot.
At the time, also, was really the peak of MTV videos and everything.
Yeah.
So the video really took off, and
That's
people
right.
were just watching. I remember my mother would watch and go, "Oh my God, it's Tom Jones!"
Right.
It's like, yes,
So we had the breakthrough video award.
Right.
So I'd never had an award from MTV before, but
that was huge. What do you do? Do you do anything for your voice, or are you just one of those guys that are just lucky? Because some people, their voice goes after a while, and you still, man, you nail those notes.
I'm lucky. It's a God-given talent. You know? It's a natural voice. So, but I went for lessons when I was a teenager, and the woman that was giving me voice lessons, she said, "You're singing pretty correctly. If you're going to do pop music, you can't do it any better than you are. As far as breathing is concerned, and using your diaphragm, in the right place. So I think that's what's kept me going. I've never really abused it.
Singing correctly, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's so odd to listen to somebody that has such a powerful voice and not think, how are you not ripping your voice apart on a nightly basis? But that's just the natural way that you sing. It's quite fantastic.
Yeah, I don't have to warm up or anything. I don't do any vocal exercise.
I'm sure there are singers that want to just belt you in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
After hearing that, it's like, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
No honey and tea or any of that.
No, he just walks in, he belts out the show, bangs 80 chicks, and then leaves. I did not love that. I could not believe how great this CD was, because I didn't have any of the names of the songs. It was just all tracked.
Yep.
But it's like, you've been around for a long time, and it's a really, like you said, relevant, powerful CD. It's fucking great, man.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know what else to say about it.
It is too. Like, it's one of those. You could screw to this music. It's that powerful.
There's a good mixture of stuff on there.
Not the opening song. You can't. No, because every time he goes, "I'm alive," you're like looking around like, you can't. But there's slower songs, and then there's fast. I wish I could do it more justice and describe it better, because I listened to the whole thing a few times through, working out. It was great.
Do you still enjoy doing the classic your hits for the people, because do they eat that up?
Yeah. Well, that's the people keep them alive. When I do Delilah, for instance, it's so recognizable as soon as it starts that you get applause up front, before you even start it. So it's a great feeling. I like that, because if I went to see somebody and he or she didn't do any of those songs, I think, well,
there are people that do
what's
that.
What's wrong with that?
The fans are left going, hey, I'll get the new album. I'll learn to love these songs and see them next time around. But you know something? Play some hits.
That's what I do in the live show. All new stuff that I put in, and I sort of fit the hits throughout the show. Not like new stuff and then old stuff. And it works. They all work.
Yeah.
And being played by the band, the same band is playing it all, so you don't get that shock from listening to one record and then jumping to another. The band is playing it all.
Do you got a favorite song? I mean, I know it's a kind of a hokey question, but do you have one that you do that you're like this is the best thing I've ever written?
It's one of the. There's a song called "It Looks Like I'm Never Gonna Fall in Love Again." It's a ballad that a guy called Lonnie Donegan wrote for me in England, and that still stands up. It's it's a powerful ballad.
And you do that every live show?
Yeah, but it's not unusual. Is the most important, because that was the one that changed my life. Your first hit record is so important. And it still stands. It's a great arrangement.
Well, a lot of your songs, you hear the classic Tom Jones songs on the radio, and you kind of stick with it. You don't. I'll listen to that.
How do you not listen to like "She's a Lady" or "Sex Bomb" and just go, "That's a bad motherfucker"? How do you not? You can't not listen to those songs. They're great.
When I saw you live, I could not. I was in the casino, just sex bomb, the whole for hours. Right. Just singing that. If that isn't one that gets stuck in your head, man.
Yeah. It's funny because kids like that song as well.
Yeah, it's
I don't
great.
think they know what it you know, what the words are, because there's some risque lines in there. But
that is odd, because I did see during when I saw your show, there was a girl, had to be 8 years old, standing up kind of on a table with parents just watching. And I'm going, there's an 8-year-old watching Tom Jones, and there's some risque lyrics going on there.
Yeah, but I don't think they hear those. You know,
no, they just like the music.
It's
like the music.
She didn't
and
throw her underwear, did she?
No, she didn't throw her underwear. Although she was looking at Tom's pants at one point. There. You ever done TV and had people go, you know, could you wear some padded underwear or something?
Well, no. When I had my TV show, I had to wear a belt. Like a dancer's belt.
Really?
You know what dancers wear. Yeah. To keep it all. You know,
keep it all. Well, place. You know why? Because there is an instance where you'll see him on the live show and go, wow. That is Tom Jones.
What a great problem to have. Sir, your penis is going to offend millions of people.
No, I just assumed he had a spare microphone. If the one went out, he was able to just reach in and get another.
Let's say Burt Robin from Batman had the same problem. Jim Norton
Burt Ward
does not have that problem. My friend Jim Florentine's a comedian, and he had such the opposite problem that his first TV appearance, he actually put a sock in the front of his pants so his penis looked bigger.
No,
there was a
Yes,
rumor.
he did.
There was a rumor for years that you had done that.
Yeah.
There was the sock rumor.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I've said those pants were so tight there was no room for anything else.
No room for a sock. It was all Tom Jones.
There you go.
And you probably didn't realize, of course, that the tight pants would accentuate it. You never would have worn them.
Exactly right. It was just a fashion statement.
Of course it was.
Dude,
it's fantastic.
How great is it to go through life? Yeah. Like, you wear pants that show off your hog, and chicks go, oh, my God, and they throw hotel keys at you. Like, what is that? Is there any better feeling than that?
No.
Of course not.
Did you ever take a hotel key off the stage and not know who you were going to see and just do it?
No, I've never done that.
What would you have, like the roadies and stuff, like, you know, kind of tell you who was who and what was what?
Exactly.
See, comics, like, most good comics have small units because they're covering up their small unit with comedy or whatever, just being like, all the comics that have big units aren't that good.
Richard Pryor had a big dick.
Did he really?
Yes.
Okay, so one guy.
Leave it to Voss.
Because it was legendary. We're just joking with Tom about his penis. You're going into like a real psychological profile.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of people have small penises, and our fathers gambled with Tom Jones, thank God. Creep.
So the new album, what was the... what the hell am I trying to say here? Oh, you have people write your music? Or you?
Yeah, well, when I signed with S-Curve, is the label that I'm with here, and so they were getting me songs, you know, that had already been recorded, and I said, I want some new stuff, and then they started getting me new songs, which I was not excited about. So I thought, well, I better get in with the songwriters and work with them, you know, and tell them what I want.
Oh, okay.
Rather than wait until songs show up, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. Each writer that came in, I worked with them, you know, and told them.
That's I guess after a time you figure out which songs are best suited for you.
Yeah.
Because it must be hard to have somebody else write a song for you and then look at it and go.
Well, really... nine times out of 10, they'll be something to do with sex. You know what I mean? And
of course,
you know, which is fine if it's a cool song. Like "Sex Bomb" is a very clever song,
right?
You know. So that's fine. But you don't come up with many of those. You know, the other ones are sort of just blatant, you know, and not clever. So that stuff, like one songwriter wrote, "You look good with my T-shirt on. You look even better with it off." And I said, I think that's, you know, we need to move.
Yeah, the sexuality in the Tom Jones songs has been very subtle.
Yeah.
Like that. I guess you leave the literal to the hotel room.
Well,
you know, whatever.
So that's what I did. I got with them and sort of started to write, you know, with them and change things around. And say, you know, so that's and thank God it turned out well. I mean, we had I recorded a lot of songs, and then we picked what we feel is the best out of the bunch, you know, to put on this CD.
How many dates do you tour a year? I mean, you're always out.
Yeah, about 200 shows, give or take.
Jesus. Do you get a regular gig in Vegas?
Yeah.
Where are you in Vegas?
MGM.
Oh, okay.
I saw you at the Riviera years ago, didn't you? I saw you upstairs at the Riviera.
Not the Riviera, Caesar's Palace. I was at the Flamingo, Caesar's Palace, Bally's I was in for a while.
Oh, maybe it was Bally's. It was Bally's.
Bally's, yeah.
Bally's, yeah, I was working catch a lot.
Have you noticed how Vegas has changed a lot over the years? Like years ago, it was all like the wise guys that ran it and took care of everybody, and now it's just a bunch of corporate people.
Yeah.
Who just don't seem to take care of the talent as well.
It's easier now because they only want you to do one show a night. As when I was there in the 60s, and 70s, I used to do 2 shows a night, every night for a month.
Oh, really?
And after a while, you start to get...
Wow.
That was... my voice was suffering a bit from that.
A little taxing on your voice.
Yeah, especially in Vegas. It's dry there, so...
And Tom, maybe a few of your friends.
Yeah.
You could get a few of your friends to sing at a club.
Yeah, right. So, but they were there, though.
I think we would work well together if I opened for you. I think we'd be...
Jesus.
I'm saying...
You'd rather have Joe work with him again.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm a top-notch comic. There's no audience I can't work. Clean, Vegas. I'm telling you, I think we'd be good. Maybe your opening act gets sick or whatever, and you need a rich boss. I'm just looking out for the team.
Make the audience sick.
Yeah. Or maybe the bulge in his pants isn't available, so he needs a replacement, which I'm sure you'd be perfect as. He doesn't need a comic opener. You don't use comics as openers, do you?
Not anymore. I do the 90 minutes myself now.
Yeah.
Did you use comics as openers?
I used to, yeah.
Did any of them bomb?
No, they were all pretty good. George Wallace was with me for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
Jay Leno used to open for me.
Jesus Christ, The Who and Jay Leno. It's not bad on the credentials list.
Got a few.
I saw George Wallace a couple weeks ago. He's still in Vegas. He's at the Pink Flamingo.
At the Flamingo, yeah.
So you're going out. When are you going out to promote this?
You're
out. I mean, like tour dates. Like you're out right now doing the press. But I mean, when are you going? You have concert dates and stuff.
Yeah, I will do next year now because I'll be promoting all the way up to Christmas, all over. I got to go to Europe next week.
Yeah, he has to do press all over the world.
Yeah, really.
You're recognizable everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean that's something. You could go to Japan and they're like, "Oh, Tom Jones."
Yeah.
When I do a gig, I fly in the day of. There's always tickets available. So I go on the local radio and I tap dance and beg, and then hopefully people show up. It's got to be nice to go to Europe and then go to Africa, wherever it is you go.
Yeah.
I probably could have picked a better second country than Africa after Europe for Tom Jones's audience, but I'm a non-improving idiot.
The Kenya Dust Bowl.
Yeah, I know. I really am. So how is this Sierra Leone? And are the pirate hijackings going to affect you in Somalia? I'm a true asshole, Tom. My apologies. Anybody you'd like to collaborate with that you haven't yet, that you'd love to do something with?
Yeah, there's singers. I mean, Whitney Houston, I think, is. I don't know what she's singing like right now, but she's got a great voice. So I think a duet with her would be nice. Alicia Keys, I like.
Oh, she's great.
Duffy, is a Welsh singer.
I've seen Duffy on in the Starbucks. Like they have her. It's a her, right? Or is it a he?
Yes, go.
Okay, I've seen her CDs in Starbucks.
The CDs, not working in Starbucks. That would be atrocious. A worse future than Joe Voss.
Right.
Get over your father, man.
You remember Joe Voss? Like Joe Voss had been outside 5 minutes ago, waving, yelling, "Tom, it's me, Joe Voss." So Tom's memory is obviously really good. Do you remember my name?
Yeah.
God damn it, he has no idea who I am. It's just me.
Yes, I do. I've seen you on television doing stand-up.
Have you really?
Holy wow!
Tom and I are chatting.
I hate this.
That makes me. What can two men of similar ilk discuss something?
Where are you going to find one?
Have you really?
Yes, really.
That makes me very happy.
Yeah, very.
A guy
funny.
like Tom Jones had to get up and turn the channel because of me. It's funny. He was banging one time and something just wrecked the vibe. Oh, it's that little man with the awful head shape. Wow, I'm so happy.
Oh, damn.
Well, I'm a true fan, man. I'm really happy you came in and you're going to be promoting.
Yeah.
And again, I've been harping about this album. I really have been raving about this album for the last week. When we were 2 weeks ago because we were off last week. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I think we should absolutely have Tom pick a track. We'll go to break playing it. And and man, but you don't need my help. Continued success.
Thank you.
You've been amazing over the years, and it's amazing because I do remember as a kid watching and seeing my parents just freaking out about it, and then go and see you live myself and just loving it.
Thank you.
Transcending generations, my man.
Thanks.
What song would you pick?
Give a Little Love is a good song on there.
You wouldn't pick I'm Alive. Okay.
I'm alive. I open my show with that now.
I think we have to. Okay, here's what we have to do then.
Oh, we're doing Jimmy's pick then.
No, we're doing. Here's the way it works.
Yeah.
We're doing Tom's pick.
Uh-huh.
Right after Jimmy's pick, which is I'm alive, and then what Tom wants.
All right.
It's up to you.
It's not up to me.
I'm not trying to
You
override
think I
Tom.
run this ship? That's fine.
The album is called 24 Hours, and it is. What's the matter? What are we playing? Yeah. Oh, I'm alive, and then what Tom wants.
I'm alive, and then we'll play what Tom wants.
What was the one you wanted, Tom?
Give a little love.
Okay, so I'm alive and give a little love. We'll play both.
All right.
The great Tom Jones.
We'll be back. Tom, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Leave that at
I have
that.
a question for Steve.
Yes, Jimmy.
I want to hear you had Steve asked Tom Jones a
Oh,
question,
yeah.
and apparently it was stammering.
Oh no, it was. I actually would have said it on the air, but I didn't want to interrupt because I knew we didn't have a lot of time with him.
So it was taped. So I want to know, can we hear it?
No, we can't because I deleted it intentionally.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm in a fucking asshole. That's why. No, because I'll tell it right now.
No, but why would you?
No, because it would have to be the exchange between
like,
you
why
and
would-
There was no
Tom
exchange.
and-
He,
Why would
like
you
there,
delete-
there was a bunch
But
of
that's just
reallys.
it. I heard that's just it. The reallys. And then I heard there was some stammering involved, and
Yeah, I stammer anyway, though.
And no, a little nervous, like chit chat thing that can't really be described. If we
I'll
heard
tell
it.
the story,
No,
but
why would you?
No,
delete it?
it's not about telling the story.
because when
It's-
I see somebody very obviously surreptitiously going over and clicking record, I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking idiot. You
Yeah,
didn't
maybe
get
if
me.
you work at fucking
it's a comedy
a nuclear facility, but
Yeah.
you're working at fucking the Opie and Anthony show.
It's a comedy
you know.
show, and it's a funny.
I understand that. I'll tell the story.
No, it's not
what
about
we're
telling the
talking
story.
about.
It's about having the tape of you stammering in front of Tom Jones.
You're like, why wouldn't you?
Like that would be the good
when
thing.
there's so much disastrous audio on all of us. Like,
Disastrous.
It really
true.
wasn't. Honestly, dude, it wasn't. It was sort of a matter of fact thing.
I don't know. Sam seemed to think it was
Yeah,
pretty
well,
good.
because Sam's an instigator, and whatever Sam thinks he can instigate and stir shit up on, he will. But I'll tell you right now, the story. I'll tell the story right now.
yeah,
if you
but the
understand.
story is not.
No, it's
I know
not
the story
story.
is me fumbling in. I know the story is me fumbling
it's
in front
not
of
the
Tom
story.
Jones.
So
It's
why
the
did-
execution of the story at the time.
To teach Sam a lesson, why would you hurt the show?
No, it's
That
not.
would've
It has
been-
nothing to do with Sam. Sam didn't tape it.
Well, whoever. Why would you delete that when you knew it was like? I mean, I said to myself, that'd be funny on the air.
Yeah.
I don't comprehend that. Like, there's nothing unless it was something I said that I shouldn't have said, or whatever. But like anything for the
Personal,
air.
you know, you
I don't
blurted
know.
out
You know
your
what? Quite
address.
frankly, I don't really know if it's. It was such a nothing thing, but in retrospect, I was sort of like, maybe I shouldn't have brought that up. Maybe it wasn't something I should have said. Like, I don't know. It was like one of those things like, fuck it. If they want to say it, I'll say it on the air. But I'm not
But
gonna.
why would you delete the audio? I'm saying, like,
Do you know how much audio I've deleted over the past 10 years that was just like,
no, but you did that purposely,
Probably
like.
would have been the best stuff ever.
nah.
Yeah.
Please. I get called a faggot and incompetent on a regular basis, so.
No, but
then
this is-
then you
this is
come
a-
here.
Yeah.
This is, but this is a legitimate question. Actually.
Yeah,
This
I
is
understand it's
like- this is
legitimate. It's a
very
legitimate
legit.
question.
Look,
Yes, he recorded it. Yes, I deleted it. Intentionally. Absolutely.
why wouldn't you think about it would be funny on the radio show?
A 5-second piece of audio of me getting hit in the face with granny panties at a fucking Tom Jones show?
No, you.
If it was nothing,
I
why
comprehend
would you-
exactly what you're saying, okay?
Like you were
if-
thinking, like I don't want to look bad on the air.
No. Dude, I look bad on the air every day. Every day. I get made out. Yeah.
But who?
But I'm serious. I don't know why you would delete that. I can't.
Well, if you think it was a crime against nature, then I apologize.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm asking a legit question.
It is, and I'm giving you a legitimate answer.
You're
I thought
not,
it was
though.
stupid. I thought it was stupid audio. It didn't sound. It sounded like dumb.
If it's you stammering in front of Tom Jones, then
It would
it's
have been
funny.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like me stammering horribly. Should I have deleted the Zach Wilde interview because it was?
in,
me
honestly,
stammering?
in retrospect, I never thought that Zach Wilde thing was going to be as fucking funny as it was.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
why would you delete when you know what we do?
But honestly, because it was such an obvious attempt. If I didn't catch him out of the corner of my eye going record,
But
I would have fucking let it go. I've been caught so
it
many
was-
times barking dumb shit into microphones that I've just let go completely.
So it was to keep somebody else from having pulled one over on
Yeah.
you.
yeah,
that
so
was-
that
that
was
was-
more
but-
important than audio.
But the
for
audio
show.
from the
At the
show
time, yeah.
for the show is like, that seems to be paramount here.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, and I understand, Jem. You know, and if it was a horrible, horrible offense that I've committed, then I apologize.
Like, even if it did suck, let's say we played it and it sucked, then we would jump on the person that said this is great audio. Then that we'd have played it and gone like, oh, dude, this is nothing. What were you just trying to get on Steve? You know, you're fucking being an asshole. Like, it would have worked if what you said is true. You know,
I've been called queer, incompetent, and a number of things every day. Can I get a break once? You know,
I'm not even not giving you a break. I'm asking you.
Yeah, and I'm fessing up. I completely deleted it on my own.
Is it completely deleted?
It's gone because I know how to. I know how to get rid of things completely. And the Tom Jones liners are in there; those are safe.
Well, that isn't really,
But me talking to Tom Jones is not.
I don't get it, man.
I just thought that would have been fun.
I know the pain of being tormented, and I'm going to have to try to turn my character around, too.
Yep.
This is one they didn't get.
It's not about, dude, it's not about them getting it. It's about the show.
I understand, Jim.
It's not about Danny or Iraq or whoever it was. It's not about one guy one-upping the other guy.
Derek.
Or whoever it was. It's not...
And after 10 years, I don't get that? I get it. Why? Considering every chance that is possibly given, I get, fucking humiliated and, fucking browbeaten as do a lot of people. I caught one. Fuck him. No, you don't get this chance.
All right, well, it's not fuck them, it's fuck us.
No, it's not fuck you.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, Jim.
Dude,
it was a 5-second piece of audio.
It is, though. It's like, in the sense that I've brought in every humiliating, awful piece of audio. I've never asked for a piece of audio to be like.
I've never asked to be exempt from fucking things, with the exception of this one time. How many fucking times have
well, you just said you've deleted tons of audio over the years.
Yeah, but I mean of myself, making a jackass of myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
No. You're not hearing me. Like me in the studio going, that was dumb, that was dumb. But if I'm in the studio with Derek and and I'm stammering into a microphone, he keeps it and he fucking either gives it to you or he doesn't give it to you. It happens all the time.
Steve.
It
was very obvious we were recording. We were not trying to hide it from you. It was also not done in a malicious way. It was a very honest moment that you were having with him where you were explaining a story, whether he was interested or not. Steve was really just a little set off by talking to Tom Jones and sharing this experience.
Yeah,
that's all it was. It wasn't to, hey, Steve's an asshole, let's smash him by using this audio. Maybe hidden under that, but
if it's gotten to a point
it was a
where
very honest moment.
Steve makes it sound like whatever story, like whatever the audio was, be it good or bad, we were somehow going to call him queer and incompetent because of the story. It's like it's not about it because you keep bringing it up, and it seems to me like you're the only one that brings it up half the time. And it was just a goofy piece of audio. It would have got played, and if it got nothing, it got nothing. But sometimes stuff just works. This show of all shows, I mean, anybody should know the weird shit that we decide to pick up and run. Well, I'm fucking that this show runs with. It's
I'm
anything.
sure it'll happen again.
At all.
I'm sure there will be another piece of audio.
It's not about the audio. It's not like, oh, you missed the audio. It's about like something's going on where the first instinct when something ridiculous happens is they're not going to get me.
Just to erase it, yeah.
And let's get rid of that instead of, which the theme of this show is supposed to be.
Everybody, every man for himself. Everybody smash each other in the nuts.
Not even about that. It's about we have a fucking audience to entertain. I mean, I know you know this, but I'm saying that.
I'm aware
and
of
half
that.
of that shit, that's the entertaining stuff, is our disastrous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
funniest stuff is when we're fucking up.
And it's like it's gotten to a point behind the scenes where that's something that, like, your first instinct isn't like, oh, I'm an ass, that'll be funny. Like, I get why that would be funny. Like, when I hear the me and Zach Wilde, or I'm a blithering idiot.
What about the dress or the dress? Something about the dress?
I mean, I immediately know that's an awful piece of interview audio. Who's Zach Wilde?
Deuce Chill.
What's that?
Inducing.
Who's Zach Wilde? It's,
he's a guitar player.
Oh. It's, I immediately know, like, that's what that's good for. It's awful. And, like, instinctively, like, your first instinct is, fuck them, they're not going to get me.
Yeah, I guess we can't go around with that mindset.
I mean, I'm not even saying it's totally his fault. Whatever it is, it's got to. It's.
Well, yeah, it does have to stop. Why is my mindset? Fuck them. They're not going to get me this time.
It has to be worked out whatever it has to be like that.
You're right, absolutely.
It's like little. Not that that's ruining the show any more than me babbling about it, but.
No, it's.
How about?
It's just
do you understand what I'm saying, though?
Thing. Absolutely.
Maybe once a month, a Steve Appreciation Day. So
no, I don't think that needs to be done. Thank you very much.
I'm
Rich.
looking out. I'm trying to be a team
I
player.
appreciate it, Rich.
Sam is saying yes.
I like that idea.
I listen.
No, hey, how come? Why has my attitude changed to fuck them? They're not going to get me. I don't know. Maybe that's not a question for me. I don't really know. I don't really know. But trying to lead a fucking derelict pack of misfits is not the easiest.
What do you think
That's
needs to
Pappy
be done?
Boyington.
What? I don't know. How do you? This is not the easiest position to be in. I'll tell you right now.
I'm not saying it is, but I mean, for us as on air, it's at times easy, at times it's not easy.
I understand that.
Anything that
and I am
affects-
not one to fucking. I am not one to every day sit in my little cubby and fucking figure out how I'm going to ruin the goddamn show.
I didn't say you were.
I know, but I don't want that to be the implication.
It's not. It's
Okay.
really not. It's simply about this. This one, like sometimes little things happen that are kind of shed light onto the way things are, and this is. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
about
that's
the
one of
Tom
those
Jones
things,
question.
right.
This is one of those little things like where instinctively you ran over, get rid of that, and it's like, dude, that's what we like. That's anything that would be bad. It was great on the air.
Yeah, the issue has nothing now to do with the recording or what was recorded or wasn't recorded. It's now the reason why you would delete something like that instead of just letting them grab it and bring it in here and we'll all goof around and say how.
Maybe I'm just far too sensitive. Maybe I'm just way too sensitive.
Dude, all of our strongest value, all of our strongest asset is what we are on the air. Like, I mean, in any, like that you know what I mean? As much as we tease E-Rock and stuff like that, like I've always said, he's irreplaceable because he's a fucking mess. And E-Rock, if you're hearing this, I love you. He's a mess, but he's always bringing something. But he's a mess. E-Rock, you know that. But it's like, that's great to listen to.
And you know what? And Steve was saying how it was just a nothing piece of audio. Well, it would have worked great. I mean, let's say it was a nothing piece of audio, and Eric was like, "Oh, because you ran in here with the big story."
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
if there was just nothing there,
Nothing
and it fell
there.
on his face, and we just got to smash Eric for 20
Then
minutes.
Steve wouldn't have gotten a
He's off the
bruise.
hook.
It would have been fucking E-Rock that would have just gotten hammered saying,
Well, all right.
you brought this in as something good?
My
Yeah.
sensitivity level has been fucking raised so goddamn much over the past couple of years that I'm always constantly looking over my shoulder, and that's not entirely internal paranoia.
I'm
all
not
right?
saying you're paranoid. But like,
Yeah, and you're right. It's got to be fixed, and it's got to be addressed. I wish I knew. I wish I had the fucking magic bullet to fix it, but
Uh-oh. Bullets.
yeah.
The well, Voss, like here's a perfect example. Like Voss is, I knew he'd be afraid to act with Chaz Palminteri, and it was like as disastrous as that was for a performer. I mean, I'm saying this nicely, but like he basically
Louis Beans.
Yeah, I mean, you humiliated yourself. I'm saying, Rich.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey,
Hey, hold on a second. I had to fucking serenade my girlfriend in front of fucking on national radio.
Dude, no one is saying.
So I mean,
no one's a bigger believer in Steve audio on the air than I am. Believe me.
I know.
I'm a fan.
I think I pulled through that audition. I mean, that read pretty well.
Oh, terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the audience. No one's saying that you haven't sacrificed or humiliated. I mean, of course. I'm only saying when the instinct is to jump in and get rid of it.
That shouldn't be
There's
there.
something going on that's not good.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I completely agree with
The
you.
instinct should absolutely be like, all right, they got me on this
Like
one.
you should have said, "Save that."
Here
Make sure
it
you
comes
got
on
that.
the air. Yeah, it's going to get on the air.
I didn't realize. There you go.
But dude, that's great.
I'm not cringing at that one.
I know. You should be. It's horrible.
I'm not. Dude, there's 8,000 of those fucking clips. But yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm entirely too sensitive at this point after being fucking bludgeoned.
Well,
and
you're
by,
not-
you executive produce.
Well, what is your response to it? Like,
I ruin things.
there was one.
And I'm really, and I don't give a shit. You're right.
That's funny.
Play that one.
Yeah. Well, I think we ought to, think a little bit more about those situations before hitting the
Well, all right.
nuclear button that
Yeah.
deletes something that might be gold.
Because you want to be liked, and I like you. Like you don't. You
know what, dude?
but
I've so gotten past that. I understand your point. Your point is I want to be liked by everybody, and the
Yeah.
position I'm in, I cannot be.
Right.
Why?
No, it cannot.
Because you bring this up a lot, and I find this to be fascinating.
You cannot be in a position of authority where you have to administer some kind.
Steve thinks that no one's allowed to like him, or something. Like he's got some weird. Like he puts up this huge barrier where you can't be friends because he's above you or something.
Steve
like that.
feels like this, and Steve feels like he's up against three people. He feels like he's up against you, Travis, and Sam, and E-Rock to a certain degree. And that you guys probably don't respect him or like him. I think you feel like you're not respected.
Yeah, completely valid, and in a situation where you, on a constant basis, have to subject yourself to ridicule, and that barrier
that works,
hold on a second, let me finish. I'm not done
though.
talking. There's that line between on air and off air gets blurred.
No, it doesn't.
I don't. No,
it doesn't get blurred.
It
Steve.
does.
No, it never does.
does.
When have I ever in the office called you gay, queer?
How many
incompetent?
times have you everything
everything
seriously?
that you bring up on the air? Because this is another thing that you bring up a lot, where you say that the shit goes down. You like to say that the staff doesn't know when we're not on the air anymore, and it's completely different. The kind of behavior that goes on the air is completely different off the air. But you seem to think that it continues when in fact it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, I'm not saying exactly.
We'll play goofy gags on you occasionally. We'll pry off every key on your keyboard and rearrange them.
which is now somebody's responsibility. But it's just goofy stuff.
I know.
Well, if she would, but
the difference.
I've made somebody accountable for that, by the way. So
done. Here's the difference. You look at that with rage. We just like if somebody did that to my keyboard. If I came in the morning and my keyboard was all mixed up, I would just start laughing. It's funny.
I wouldn't know the
don't.
difference.
Steve doesn't.
I don't. And
Thought
I'll
he
tell
was
you,
seeing double from the night before.
I actually thought about this. Whereas this show is comprised of people who, by and large, I think got picked on a lot in high school, and probably in their formative years got picked on a lot. And I'm one of them. Whereas a lot of people had to develop, cerebral weaponry to combat those things. I was able to smash people's faces into concrete with impunity. Wow. Unfortunately, you can't do that once you hit a certain age.
Where's the point of this?
The point of that is I don't have some of those. I'm not as adept, probably. I'm not as quick-witted as some of the other people are.
So you'd rather smash somebody with your meat fists?
Fucking-lutely.
Well, I guess that's where we're different because
you used to beat up kids. They picked on you and you used to just fuck them up in school.
Absolutely.
I
used to fucking ram people's faces into fucking radiators and fucking sidewalks.
Would they stop fucking with you after that?
Yeah.
Grr.
But it's
Why not?
It has to be.
Get the fuck out now.
Oh, see, there was some good acting. It has to be fun, man. I'm not shit on you. I'm for all this. If this isn't fucking fun, if this is a fucking unpleasant place to come, then what the fuck are we doing? It shouldn't be.
No.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Can I play devil's advocate and say why?
If you can
Steve's
spell
point?
it.
Steve's point is, if he gets abused, he can't come back.
Steve's point is
he's not coming
that
back
he's
and
gay.
abusing.
Oh,
You can
sorry.
abuse. So you could take abuse because you give it out. You have the opportunity to abuse. He doesn't have the opportunity to come on the air and abuse. Right? No, it's a valid point.
What do you mean?
The devil's
It's
lullaby.
It's a valid point. He's not. He just said it. He's not verbally.
And let me laugh at my friend's comment.
He's verbally not coming back on the air and getting even with anybody. So all his rage is physical, which he can't do now. You can verbally.
I got it.
All right. So
He's explaining what
Steve
Steve explained completely.
Yeah.
what Steve is saying is that he's frustrated that he can't punch our faces. That's what he's saying.
Well, he's saying that if Steve, when he's been fucked with, I mean, that was how he dealt with stuff, and if he feels like, I don't think he's saying it that literally, but I mean,
No,
I'm sure
not that literally, but yeah, I mean,
at times. But point is, it's got to be fun. We can't, none of us, we can't have this aggressive atmosphere. It's got to be fucking fun, man.
Yeah. Jesus, Rich.
I'm a big fan of Steve's.
So am I. But that's not the point. I'm a big fan of all these guys. I mean, they all contribute for real. I mean, it's like, but we have to fucking have fun here.
Yeah, we really do. And we have to keep in mind that whatever happens, it could be fodder for the air. If I think if you had said something like, the tape is there and it's like, oh, guys, I said something that was kind of stupid, we would be like, was it just talking to Tom Jones? Yeah. Oh, come on, that's going on the air. We'll goof on it. Or if it was, my dress got out we'd never do that.
No,
or
I understand
something
that.
about a relationship or this or that or the whatever. That shit would never get out. But something as silly as just stammering because you're in, like it was said, an honest moment in front of Tom Jones where you're getting a little like fucked up about it. That's kind of funny. I've gotten plenty of moments like that where. Oh, what is that? Oh, great.
This is this just reminded me of is from an old NEW bit where Anthony was trying to do a read for wiper blades.
Yes.
I think it had to be in Spanish.
Yeah.
But it's a perfect example of shit that it could have been deleted. And Steve, you love telling me how long you've been in the business. I've only been in this business as long as you brought me into it.
I understand
So
that.
I've already learned to shut my mouth around open microphones, and I understand that if I go and I do, and like let's say Derek pulls me aside, he wants me to read something, I know that anything I say in that room is potential fodder for air. And there's shit that I've said that he's used in Saturday Night Virus promos. I knew it was there. I was like, I know he's going to use that.
He knows how to keep his mouth
And I've
shut
done
in
it
front of
tons of
a
times.
recording
And
thing.
I've done it tons of times.
He doesn't know how to
You know-
keep his mouth shut in front of a live on-air mic. That's
But I'm just saying it's fair game. I think once it's been digitized, it's fair.
You
game.
know what, dude? In this one specific instance, I turned the mic off because I cut the liners with Tom Jones. I turned the mics off, potted everything down. Then I was in the corner talking to him, and they were potted back up, and recorders pressed again. So it wasn't like I carelessly left anything on. So, if my attitude needs an adjustment, well,
I just think it's more that the mindset has to be that material for the show is like
Is
paramount.
tantamount,
That's
yes.
the fucking.
You sound to me like a guy who has given up. Like when you're talking, I'm listening to you like you feel like you've given up.
no, not even giving up.
I have.
You sound defeated.
It's a grueling fucking experience to do this sometimes.
Why?
It shouldn't,
shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't be. I'm
The
not.
stressors are different. The stressors are different, absolutely, than they are for you, than they are for Jim, than they are for any
That
other
is
guys.
true. I mean, but we got to take a certain hit too. I mean, we got
Hey, look, dude,
I haven't taken a day to walk around in your light loafers, but
Thank you.
Yeah.
it's a queer joke.
Nah, but you can't. You got to say like they always say that if you want to understand a man, you should saturate. Delete that. No, I'm kidding.
You should what?
Sashay a mile in his shoes.
Saturday. I only wish the Pavarotti was here to photograph that moment.
I mean,
Dummy.
can you imagine if this monumental idiot to my left, which is Voss right now thinks I'm talking about Steve.
Yeah.
How come everybody has such a good time around here except for you? Like you're always not the one not having everything is a mess. Everything is running around. It's a train wreck. It's sweating. It's putting your hands on your brow and breathing heavily and sweaty.
I'm a fucking stressed out guy. What
Why?
can I tell you? Why? I don't know.
I mean, if you ask me what do I not like about this job, I'd say waking up in the morning.
Yeah,
waking
that
up
is
sucks.
the
And that's-
worst
And that's
part.
where it ends.
Once I'm like awake and on my way in, then it gets better. What's the
Folks,
matter,
you're
Jimmy?
listening to Intervention with
I don't understand why
Intravention, by the
we
way.
all get along just fine except for Steve. He just can't do it.
Intervention.
What happened?
No, I'm doing this thing at Yale. A class.
What?
Yeah, I'm teaching a class at Yale.
No, you're not.
A one-time thing about comedy, and I'm like, is it this Wednesday? I think I have it in my book wrong.
Yale.
I hope not.
Well,
You're not here on Wednesday too?
No, it's a nighttime thing. I think.
he's going to yell at you.
I hope it's not this week.
All right. Well, I think we got to keep that in mind.
Do you get paid?
Yeah.
No.
Next time, maybe,
Just
Think.
walk out of the room smiling and prepare for another.
Well, you don't have to be so enraged that it's happening. Like, I know when I walk in, there are going to be times where I'm going to be fucking firmly planted under the bus.
Sure.
But-
It's happened to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm exempt from fucking a fucking trouncing. I've been fucking.
But I look at it like it's kind of fun. It's it's good for the show. It's it's what it is. We bash the shit out of friends. Bash the shit out of each other. It's what they do. We don't talk nicely to each other. We're a bunch of douchebags to each other. It makes
no, that's valid.
Makes for fun radio, and
I think I'm hypersensitive to a lot of shit, and that's one of my faults. Absolutely. I think I'm completely hypersensitive to a lot of shit. I also think that there's a lot of stuff that I have to deal with to.
See, and I just avoided a gay joke because I'm being.
What?
Being nice guy Jimmy?
You don't have to be a nice guy, Jimmy. I can, the gay jokes I've gotten used to at this point. But it'll fucking.
You said I've avoided a lot of shit. I was going to say, unless it was on your tip of your penis, but I didn't.
Oddly enough.
Oddly enough.
It is not an easy position to be caught in between talent and the powers that be that are signing your paychecks every week. Sometimes there are odd positions to get put into, and it becomes very stressful.
Well, I don't think you'd ever find a situation where the powers that be would be mad that you didn't delete something on there.
I'm not talking
That's
about
something
that.
different.
I'm talking about in the overall picture. You want to know why I'm so stressed out?
Yes.
It's not easy. All right, I'm not saying it has to be. I'll work my ass off, but it's stressful. It's stressful being in a situation where you have to deal with a volatile on-air environment, and then people who are trying to enforce rules on that volatile on-air environment, and then being the intermediary in between the two parties.
Do you have kids?
Trying to.
Good for you. That's all that matters when it's
Working
all
on it.
end and done.
Shut up. You fucking kids.
Yeah, let him talk.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
57 years.
You know what? If you want to relieve some of that stress, December 25th and 26th, I'll be at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, and maybe you come down and.
Really going to work on Christmas Day?
No, 26th and 27th. I said, dummy.
You said 25th.
Yes, I did. Play the tape. I said
Okay.
August. I mean December 26th and
August.
20th.
Go to bed.
Why did I say? What did I say?
You said 25 and 26.
Well, first I said 26 and 27. And even if I was working Christmas Day, I'm a Jew. I don't give a fuck about your dumb holiday of lights.
That's true. Holiday of Lights. That's not.
us.
That's
us.
you,
That's
you
you.
dummy.
Oh, fuck. Whatever.
Holiday of Lights.
It's a festival.
It's a festival of
Oh, yeah.
lights.
You're right. Whatever.
Boy, you are a lousy Jew.
Well, you're all technical, you fuckers, man. That's the
Technical?
problem.
You
Maybe
were,
that's
off
the
by, you
problem.
were off by a Messiah.
A holiday. You're terrible.
All right, Derek has the clip, and
All right, here it is.
anybody still cares about this.
You know what? If you want to relieve some of that stress, December 25th and 26th, I'll be there. Stand corrected.
There you go.
You have to do that a lot, don't you?
Delete that.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Boss has to stand up.
of the jury.
I'm in a lot of physical pain today.
Really?
God damn it. Fuck, man. Just when the pain goes away in your stomach for months.
I don't know what you're talking about. It
I just
sounds
have
terrible.
It's fucking horrible. It feels like my insides are just falling out.
Were you
probably
pink
are.
socked?
Was that what?
Somebody gave Rich a pink sock.
Pink socked boss.
What's a pink sock?
When a guy,
come on.
It's when a guy pulls his large penis out of your ass, how the skin of your asshole grips his dick, and he gets pulled out a little like a pink sock. And then his cock finally peels off, and your skin hangs out stupidly for a minute until you tuck it back in forcefully with an emery board.
Boss, it kind of is like this.
No, that's not
Yeah, it is. That's a rectal prolapse. That's where the inside of your asshole falls out.
Well, how does
Oh,
that
it looks like a
happen?
Jolly Rancher. That looks
Yeah.
tasty.
Can that happen from farting
It's
or
so
something?
cherry-like.
Can that happen from trying to
farting?
shit?
No.
Farting. You're farting out a fucking acetylene
Okay,
torch
okay.
gas tank.
Cannonball. What would you be?
What do you eat? Anvils?
Maybe from like trying to pinch out a loaf? Could that happen?
Danny can
No.
pull these pictures up in seconds.
Exactly.
I love it. A prolapsed asshole. Oh, another one?
Yeah, connection here is so slow.
That's good. Scroll.
No, this is actually something I'm working on. I don't want to spoil it. I don't
On
want
a
to spoil
resume?
No, I took care of that last week.
Good one.
Yeah. I want to hear. I want to hear my faux pas on that commercial.
Oh, it's kind of long. You want to play it into break?
Well, I don't want to play the whole thing. Then
You want to just start it?
Hear
and
me
just-
getting
all right.
angry.
Whenever you get uncomfortable, just.
Oh, it'll be instantly. Believe me.
All right, here we go.
Delete it.
Check it out.
You gotta be done super fast.
What do I got to say? Which ones? All of them?
This one, that one, that one, and that one.
Yeah. Bosch Micro Edge XL wiper blades. Oh. See your way clear. See your way clear with Bosch. No, I'm just laughing. See See you way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch Micro Edge Excel. Yeah, oh my God. That's Bosch Micro Edge wiper blades. Bosch Micro Edge wiper blades. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Micro Edge Bosch blades. You gotta be me. Okay. Whew. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss. Take it from there, right? See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch Micro Edge. That's rough. Holy See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch Micro Edge wiper blade. You know why? It doesn't say Excel in the second one.
Bosch Micro Edge.
See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch. Are you kidding me? I'll keep trying. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss. It's f***ing impossible. This is a tongue twister. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch Micro Edge wiper blades are I almost had it. $9.99 each. Okay. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss. It's Strauss. I'm like anticipating the pandemonium before it even starts. You f***ing tool. Oh man. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch. See your way. Holy f***. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch Micro Edge wiper blades are priced from only $9.99 each. Save on Bosch wipe.
Oh, you had it.
I totally had it. Ready? See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch Micro Edge wiper blades are priced at only $9.99 each. Save on Bosch wiper blades at... God, motherfucker! Almost had it.
I start getting mad, I guess.
It's just the fucking short version.
See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now it's Strauss Bosch Micro Edge wiper blades are priced at only $9.99 each. Save on Bosch wiper blades at Strauss Auto... You... You mother... Hey, you See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Holy shit. Cancel your appointments. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel. This ain't gonna work. Holy shit. The Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. See your way clear with Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Right now at Strauss, Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades are priced at only $9.99 each. Save on Bosch wiper blades at Strauss Discount Auto. Bosch wiper blades, my...
Dude, what was the problem? Were you having trouble saying it?
Yes!
Just kidding.
I know you are.
Oh.
Literal Jim. Yeah, the quality was really good on that recording. It was impossible to say it twice in a row.
Bosch Micro Edge.
And I was completely hammered drunk, if you recall, like I was every day at NEW. That was afternoons, so it was kind of like after the show, and after you're drinking all day, to try to say Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades was a little difficult.
Bosch Micro Edge Excel wiper blades. Bosch Micro Edge Excel. It's hard to say.
It is. It was very hard to say.
That was a fun one too. We didn't even have that in the system. Eric had to like burn it, so I think that was the first time that ever aired on satellite.
Wow. I'd like to hear the unedited version.
Yeah, if it exists.
Because I really get mad and start calling it a cunt. That'll happen. All right.
I don't know if those even exist.
No,
because they were, everything had to be edited.
I think that was pulled off of like the fucking cassette tapes.
That was somebody's VHS tape
back in the old days. Oh yeah, someone's VHS. Someone used to tape the show on VHS tape.
Yeah, that would be me.
Just the audio. Oh, was it you?
Yeah.
Oh, some tool used to, some queer.
Yeah, who's the jizz bag? Oh.
Some incompetent queer.
Who's the hypersensitive?
All right, Steve.
Thank you.
Was that your girlfriend at the wedding or your wife? Your wife?
Yeah, no, that was my girlfriend.
You're not married?
Not anymore.
That's why it's his girlfriend.
That's why it's my girlfriend.
Yeah,
Apparently, they don't tell you that when you get married, you're supposed to stop dating. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
That was awful. You're divorced?
Yes, Rich.
Since when?
Yeah, I got divorced. Papers were signed 2 months ago. I think.
Well, the girl at the wedding was very attractive.
Yeah.
You did very well on that one.
Thank you very much, Rich.
She actually helped stupid Bob Kelly get into shape. Don't want to call her to work out a plan for me.
Bob's coming in tomorrow.
Call her to curse her out. She fucking ruined a good joke.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You cost us a lot of audio.
Wait, what is she? She's a trainer?
She's a professional bodybuilder.
No, she has AIDS in a vial and she gives it to people, and they drink it and lose weight.
Well, she could be a nutritionist, stupid, or a trainer. She could be a nutritionist or a trainer.
Yes, I know, but to me, the AIDS joke was funny, so I said it.
But don't call me stupid. I mean, I wasn't stupid.
Sorry. Sorry, Einstein.
That's a typical normal question.
Don't call you stupid. You said was the Pavarotti there.
What are you going to call her and say to help you out?
Call me late for stupid.
You can call me Ray, or you can call me dummy, but please don't call me stupid. You can call my syndrome Downs. Look at it. Oh, by the way, I took a piss next to Tom Jones yesterday. I've never wanted to just look at a cock so badly.
Oh, you should have. Why didn't you?
It was too obvious.
Dude, when are you going to get another chance to look at Tom Jones'
Probably
fucking
Thursday.
monstrous hog?
Probably Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday?
Yeah.
You got a date?
No, actually in January I'm going to see him when I'm in Atlantic City at the Borgata.
But you might not get the opportunity to see his hog. You were right next to him. Why didn't you just
Because I would have literally, because he knew me from TV.
You could have peeked. Said, I got to see your hog.
Could have made a joke about it. You're not a fucking... Just look over and go,
Probably
hey.
got a big diamond ring on it.
Yeah,
Just be like, hey, I heard you have a big hog. Oh, shit, you do. And then just nudge him on the shoulder like you do.
I do.
I should have thought of that.
With his Welsh accent and his big dick. Could have seen it.
How'd the pee stream sound? Did it sound like you had a big pee hole?
Sometimes you get like a resonance. If it's a big dick, you'll hear like a piss sound instead of a...
What caliber was his piss hole?
Yeah.
Did it sound like a tinkle? Like a tinkle, tinkle, tinkle?
No. Sound like fucking a fire hose. Yeah. Like he didn't want somebody attending a certain college in 1958.
He dissolved a full urinal cake. Drilled a hole right through it.
I hate when people put mothballs in urinals.
Oh.
And it smells like mothballs.
Why?
I don't like them.
No. You just put ice in them in bars to keep the
That's the best way to
piss
do
out
it.
of the traps. But it's fun, too, because you get to melt the ice.
Yep.
Make little ice tunnels with your piss.
You get a cup and fill it up and then chew on it.
You girls have no idea how much fun it is to piss in bars and stuff. If there's a cigarette butt in there, you try to actually get rid of all the tobacco and the paper. And then the biggie is if you could then unroll the paper that's wrapped around the filter with your piss stream. You knock the tobacco out, that's just phase one. Phase two is peeling the paper off of the cotton filter just with your piss stream. And then you're like, I win.
Just the filter remains.
Just the filter's there. And then you like piss the shit out of the paper and try to dissolve that and get
big
hold
is
of
your
it.
dick? Phase four is actually to put it all back together with your piss.
Yeah, actually piss the cigarette back together again.
Vinny Brand has that in his club. He has
wonderful.
a piss game.
Oh, that stupid thing, the urinal. See if you can piss as much as Uncle Bo, and you're supposed to pay $0.25 and it measures your tinkle.
Yeah,
what? Idiocy.
Leave it to him to try to make a quarter for pissing.
It probably all goes into a fucking a hose in his office and he drinks it.
He goes to the beer taps.
Fucking dopey. The beer taps. Exactly. Can I have a Peels?